What are the current rules about booster seats for children or car seats for children in cars?
So the current rules, particularly around the children that might be going to a booster seat, is that once you reach your 7th birthday, you graduate up into being able to go without a booster seat as long as you have an adult-style lap-sash seatbelt on.
Right, okay.
And you can sit anywhere in the car.
Okay, so once your child has turned 7, so we have a 7-year-old, she's been 7 since January, and she's been only sitting in an adult seat with an adult seatbelt since that time. That is in keeping with the current rules, correct?
It is in keeping with the rules, but it's not in keeping with the best safety advice that we can bring to our parents.
So you're saying the rules are actually wrong?
I'm saying the rules don't reflect the safest requirements for our children. Yes.
So what should we be doing?
So in order to keep our children safe, they need to be in the best child restraint that fits their height and weight. So it's more about size and nothing to do with age.
Right. So what do you think is the minimum height a child should be before leaving a booster seat and just sitting in an adult seat?
So there's great research around this, and 145 centimetres is considered to be the minimum height. There's a more sort of organised test you can put your kids through. It's a 5-step test. But 145 centimetres is the height at which children will comply with that test with any predictability.
Now, I'm guessing that not that many 7-year-olds are actually 145 centimetres tall. Some would be, but most are in the sort of 125 to 135 range, aren't they?
Well, that's correct. So usually a child is reaching that. An average child, putting aside people particularly short or particularly tall, is reaching 145 centimetres at about 12 years of age.
12 years of age?
12 years of age.
So you're saying that until the average child is 12, they should still be sitting in some sort of booster seat?
Absolutely.
What about weight? Is there an issue with weight as well?
No, weight is not a particular issue for this consideration. It's to do with how the seat belt sits on the child so that the force of a car crash is distributed through the strongest parts of the body.
And those are?
Those are the breastplate and the shoulder and the pelvis bones.
Right. So if a seatbelt, like if you put a child who's too small in an adult seat with an adult seatbelt, quite often the seatbelt will go across their throat and across their stomach on the horizontal bit. That's no good.
It's very, very dangerous. It can lead to life-taking or life-transforming injuries, and that's just not acceptable.
By the way, Dr. Teague, this raises another issue. Is the front seat any more or less dangerous than the back seat?
The front seat is a lot more dangerous than the back seat.
Why is that?
It's to do with the kind of force that meets the front of the car in the vast majority of accidents. It's also made worse for children by the presence of an airbag. Unfortunately, an airbag is not a safety-promoting situation for a child until they reach adult body proportions.
Well, how come? Like, why is an airbag so much worse for children than it is for adults?
So the airbag is designed to propel itself towards the occupant of the car at such a rate and force that it prevents that person from striking the dashboard of the car. The consequence for that for a child is they are struck with such amazing force and heat and other sort of abrasive force. They sustain burns and direct trauma as a result of the airbag hitting them.
Wow.